amazing workout session with us this morning. You know what they say, catch them young, right? The children did amazing, and trust me, even behind the camera there, I was there enjoying the exercise routine with them, and I was sweating seriously. It felt so light because the children were doing it, but me, I still felt it quite heavy, and I enjoyed every bit of it with them, and I hope you did too. Come on now, enjoy the rest of your Spring Delight moments with us. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful workout session, and truth be told, I actually experienced that aerobic session with them, and it was fun. Thanks to those amazing kiddies, it was really nice having that time out with them. Okay then, Spring Delight is still the program, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. All you gotta do is type Western Spring Television, and we are gonna be in your faces. I told you when I got back, my very own partner is gonna be right beside me, giving you a whole lot of Saturday Spring Delight. Hello, Ola today. Good morning.
Hey, James. When I saw those kids, with you doing the stuff there, it just reminded me of when you were like them. And then I remember days where I used to take you to school like them.
You take me to school.
No, either way, at least you were going to school. But I looked at them. There wasn't too much of a difference between you and the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I like to be like a baby girl for life, you know. So I don't mind. I don't mind you complimenting me.
Especially like when you back one, like you like to back. I
don't mind you complimenting me like that. Like, I'm not very different from those kiddies, right?
You're still going to do one more, two more, so that you back and keep back.
Oh yeah, you still want me to back like this? Like no, I'm off the market when it comes to all that. Now I just want to sleep for y'all here at Western Spring Television. Be like, oh wow, she an agent.
Oh, good morning to us all, wherever we are viewing us from, and it's a pleasure to be back. It's never too late for us to say Happy New Month to you out there. It's a beautiful month, and just as we always say, it's going to be a September to remember. No doubt about that, and it promises to be exciting with us right here on Western Spring Television. Coupled with all the programs that we'll dish out from here, you will never regret tuning in. TUNDE IDOWU is my name, at Irresistible TD on X, and we'll surely tag along. Quite a whole lot to talk about. You've done the fitness aspect of things, and we still got to give you a couple of facts that you probably had not really known about. We will do the kitchen. I think there's a food business. I think that's one part I really love a whole lot.
Okay.
Ajibika has been doing quite a whole lot.
Okay, don't mind him. It's all about the food, you know, which is understandable. That is why we are your mothers to feed our babies, you know. But then right now we are going to be giving you today in history of what happened in our dear country, Nigeria, and of course the celebrated birthday. So if your birthday is today, here we are from the stables of Western Spring Television wishing you a merry happy birthday. You do not even need to be a super duper star for us to wish you, our loved ones, our amazing viewers, a merry happy birthday. So now we're going to be giving you today in history and our celebrated birthdays. Come on, let's go.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day.
I like that song. Thank you to I think Pastor Olaka.
Yeah.
Editors. I like that song. That's Simi, right?
Yes, it is. Simi and Adekunle.
Oh my goodness. I think I will just keep playing that song every day. Every day is my own birthday.
I gotta sing on to you every
Please,
day.
can you come and be singing that song for me? A big shout out, a big happy birthday to everybody celebrating today. And most especially, we'd like to say a big happy birthday to the Vice President of our dear nation, His Excellency Governor Kashim Shettima. It's his birthday today, amongst so many others. And just as Ajib has rightly stated, if today is your birthday as well, we'll celebrate with you. We say congratulations, many, many wonderful years to come.
And of course, our amazing viewers are opportune to let us know if it is their birthday and they want us to celebrate them here at Western Spring Television on our amazing program. You're always welcome to reach out to us. And yeah, we could be celebrating you on our screen right now.
No doubt. Quite a whole lot is still in the pipeline with us and for us and for you most especially this beautiful Saturday morning, because why, we are loaded. We will take some other facts.
Yeah, let's take some spring facts. Spring facts just to motivate us as to how to go. I mean, we do not know everything, and of course that is why we are here.
And in the course of the show, most definitely our guests will be seated, and funny enough, we'll be having two of them who are women in business, and they'll be telling us why this kind of business, and we'll get to learn and share from here. Let's take the spring fact and other things, and we'll be back.
Okay, now we've got our spring facts for the week. This one says, life is short, so break your silly egos, forgive quickly, believe slowly, love truly, laugh loudly, and never avoid anything that makes you smile. Olatunde, do you avoid anything that makes you smile?
Not yet, so.
Okay, so everything that makes you smile, you just embrace. Yes, I think the idea of this is just us reminding ourselves that sometimes our egos, we just got to bring them down. And of course, we should learn to forgive. I mean, God is all about forgiveness.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many sins you commit every day and God
All
still wakes you
We're all
up?
sinners. We're all sinners, and we should always ask for forgiveness. So,
Yeah, and believe. You know, I like the part of the believe slowly. You know, that's why they say. I mean, the Bible says the part where they say you should not put your hopes in man. So you just believe man slowly. You don't believe completely.
Absolutely.
Because most of the time, this is what causes our hopes to get dashed.
Yeah.
Because you've so much put your hope in this particular person, you'll be like, oh, this one will not let me down. So I think when it comes to believing in humans, people, I think we should take it slowly, one step at a time.
No doubt. Okay.
And love should be of a truth. Laugh, oh, please do well to laugh out loud, and of course, do whatever it is that makes you smile. Okay, let's take our second fact for the week. Our second fact, oh, okay, I like this one. This one says parenting is not an easy task.
At all.
It comes with a lot of sacrifice. It demands so much time and energy, especially when you decide to be a hands-on parent. Mentally, a lot of people struggle with it. It could take a slice of your dreams and plans too. Balancing it is hard. Olatunde, what do you say about this one?
Parenting, yeah, most of us as men and as parents, we tend to do more of the being outside, working, hustling, doing. The women, the wives, the mothers, they do the same as well, but not as much as what the man does. But it's always necessary to know that, hey, as a man, parenting, I don't know.
Why do I not want to get?
Do I have to sit? I'm not the kind of person who loves to sit at home 24/7 all the time. But when there is a need for you to sit at home and you don't have any other thing, but okay, wifey is going to work or she's got to be at the market and you have to sit down with the kids. Now, funny enough, if you probably have a baby, the young one, you have to carry all the time, play with all the time.
And anyway, but the truth of the matter is just parenting is really not an easy task. If you really want to give your child the best, you really need to be attentive to them.
No doubt.
It takes like a whole lot. And most of the time it boils down to the mother, you know, because the men are out there doing like, okay, let's take another one. I don't want to dwell on that because if I have to dwell on that parenting, we are not going to live here today. Okay, then, so let's take our third spring fact. We spend our time waiting for the ideal path to appear, but it never does because we forget that paths are made by working, not waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't just have a land there and say, there's going to be corn or there's going to be maize that will come out from that land if you don't go there to plant it. So you can't be walking by it and say, this by next year I will put corn here. But then while you are anticipating that it should grow and you're not planting it, unfortunately it's just going to be filled up with bush, grass and what have you. But you need to do the needful, plant, make that happen and work.
Yeah, bringing me back to the journey of 1,000 miles. Start by taking a step. You don't just wait for miracles to happen. You work towards it. Basically, that is it about that. So no miracle is happening. You got to work towards making something happen in your life. Okay, do we have our fourth spring fact? Let's take our fourth spring fact.
What's that? All right. The next spring fact. Oh boy. There you go.
Okay. I like this one too.
Yeah. The most attractive quality in a person is their conflict resolution skills.
Okay.
If we can focus on attacking the problem and not each other, we have got a fighting chance in romance, in business, in love, in life. that's a beautiful one. Yeah. The most attractive quality
exactly.
in a person is their conflict resolution skills. If we can focus on attacking the problem and not each other, we have got a fighting chance. Yeah, in romance, in business, in love, in life. Yeah, that's a good one.
Exactly. Yeah. That is well said already. It has been well analyzed. Why not, instead of attacking one another, why not us focus on what is really making us fight with each other or one another? I mean, life is too short, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take our last spring fact before we put a pin on that. Okay. I like this one. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take the step.
That's just the point. Yeah, take that step.
Exactly.
You don't have to keep waiting until I'm able to amass this amount of money. Begin. When you begin to lay the foundation of a building, you first of all probably have the land clear. Just take that step, that bold step. I'm going to make my WAEC this year. Begin by doing the right thing.
I want to acquire a skill this year. Don't dwell on it. Don't
just sit back and say, I am going to go over there, do the needful.
Yeah, so tiptoe if you must, but take the step. That is what we've got for you on our Spring Facts for the week, and I bet you enjoy that.
Yeah, and thank you to the entire hands that put all this together. This has been amazing out here. And very shortly before our guests will come in, are we doing something about food?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, before our guest comes in, let's just take you through our fruits report, letting you understand we still need fruits.
Essential.
Commercially cultivated grapes can usually be classified as either table or wine grapes, based on their intended method of consumption. Eaten raw, table grapes, or used to make wine grapes. The sweetness of grapes depend on when they are harvested, as they do not continue to ripen once picked. While almost all of them belong to the same species, Vitis vinifera, table and wine grapes have significant differences brought about through selective breeding. Table grape cultivars tend to have large seedless fruits with relatively thin skin. Wine grapes are smaller, usually seeded, and have relatively thick skins, a desirable characteristics in winemaking. Since much of the aroma in wine comes from the skin, wine grapes also tend to be very sweet. They are harvested at a time when their juice is approximately 24% sugar by weight. By comparison, commercially produced 100% grape juice made from the table grapes is usually around 15% sugar by weight. Seedless cultivars now make up the overwhelming majority of table grape plantings because grapevines are vegetatively propagated by cuttings. The lack of seeds does not present a problem for reproduction. It is an issue for breeders who must either use a seeded variety as the female parent or rescue embryos early in developing using tissue culture techniques. There are several sources of the seedlessness trait, and essentially all commercial cultivators get it from one of three sources: Thompson seedless, Russian seedless, and the black Manuka, all being cultivars of Vitis vinifera. There are currently more than a dozen varieties of seedless grapes. Several, such as Einset seedless, Benjamin's Gonels, Prime seedless grapes, Reliance, and Venus, have been specifically cultivated for the hardiness and quality in the relatively cold climate of northeastern United States and southern Ontario. Grapes are eaten raw, dried as raisins, currants, and sultanas, or cooked Also, depending on grape cultivar, grapes are used in winemaking. Grapes can be processed into a multitude of products such as jams, juice, vinegars, and oils. Commercially cultivated grapes are classified as either table or wine grapes. These categories are based on their intended method of consumption. Grapes that are eaten raw are table grapes, or grapes that are used to make wine are wine grapes. Table grapes cultivars normally have large seedless fruits and thin skins. Wine grapes are smaller in comparison to table grapes, usually contain seeds and have thicker skins, a desirable characteristic in making wine. Most of the aroma in wine is from the skin. Wine grapes tend to have a high sugar content. They are harvested at peak sugar level, approximately 24% sugar by weight. In comparison, commercially produced 100% grape juice made from the table grapes are normally around 15% sugar by weight. In most of Europe and North America, dried grapes are referred to as raisins or the local equivalent. In the UK, 3 different varieties are recognized, forcing the EU to use the term dried vine fruit or in official documents. A raisin is a dried grape, while raisin is a French loan word. The word in French refers to the fresh fruit, grape, from which the English grape is derived, referred to the bunch. A raisin in French is called raisin sec. A currant is a dried Zante black currant grape, the name being a corruption of the French raisin, the currant grape, the name of the black and red currant, now more usually black currant and red currant, 2 berries unrelated to grapes, are derived from this use. Some other fruits of similar appearance are also named, for example, Australian currant, native currant, Indian currant. A sultana was originally a raisin made from sultana grapes of Turkish origin, known as Thompson seedless in the United States. But the word is now applied in raisins made from either white grapes or red grapes that are bleached to resemble the traditional sultana. Grape juice is obtained from crushing and blending grapes into liquid. The juice is often sold in stores and fermented and made into wine, brandy, or vinegar. Grape juice that have been pasteurized, removing any naturally occurring yeast, will not ferment if kept sterile, and thus contains no alcohol. In the wine industry, grape juice that contain 7 to 23% of pulp, skins, stem, and seed is often referred to as a must in North America. The most common grape juice is purple and made from Concord grapes, while white grapes juice is commonly made from Niagara grapes, both of which are varieties of Native American grapes, a different species from European wine grapes. In California, Sultana, known there as Thompson seedless grapes, are sometimes diverted from the raisins or table market to produce white juice.
Royal was born 6th of December 1910 at Raba Village, Sokoto, northwestern Nigeria. His father was a district head and heir apparent to the Sultanate throne from the house of Osmanu Danfodio, a religious and social reformer who brought the Habib dynasty under the Fulani Caliphate in the beginning of the 19th century. Ahmadu Bello raised the bar of political consciousness and participation when, in 1944, he engineered the establishment of the Northern People's Congress (NPC) as the first political party in northern Nigeria and the rallying point for politicians in the region before independence. History will not forget Ahmadu Bello for his charisma and political sagacity, which provided easy passage for his kinsmen to assume political and administrative positions in Nigeria's post-independence era. The distinguished elder statesman and Sardauna of Sokoto has his face on his country's 200 naira currency as a mark of honor to one of the architects of Nigeria's independence. Western Spring Television identifies Ahmadu Bello as a watershed character in history.
Here we go. Let's say thank you for being here with us. It's still mornings. Yeah, spring delight. It's still spring delight. Immediately I said morning, I had to halt. I had to think about it again. It's spring delight right here from Western Spring Television.
Yes,
I'd like to let you know that you can follow us on all our social media handles. We are live and we are making it happen on WhatsApp. No, not WhatsApp. On Instagram, Facebook, and X. We are on X. And most definitely our YouTube channel is blazing hot as well. You can subscribe, like, share. We will appreciate it. And we'd like to hear from you as well. At this moment in time, our guest is seated and an amazing lady who, for one reason, don't feel too, you're amazing as well, because I know you probably still come to that fire.
No, I can feel some type of way because I'm your partner anytime, any day. So they are going to come and go and you'll stop with me.
Amazing. Well, so let me just leave it at that. Yeah, she is into the business of printing, and just like for a lady to be in the business of printing, it probably looks like a man's job. But the ladies are saying, I won't, but they ain't going to agree. They would definitely, they can do better, but I don't know how they can do better, because I'm still looking at the fact that they will have a flat tire. Who would jack up the car for them? I don't know, but Ajib's, this one a macho man. This one
and we're doing that already.
And when it comes to Ajib's, I know she can.
But unfortunately, I can't.
Oh, praise God! I can't. I actually said that to push it.
I can't do that. I think there is a limit. I mean, when it comes to these things, but we have women who would have a flat tire and they can get it done. Do you believe? That?
Obviously.
I've not seen, but I kind of believe like the world is evolving now. We women are taking over everything that y'all men are doing.
Can you ride a bicycle?
Not yet.
Not yet. No. Don't try it.
Not yet, but I'm thinking about it already. I'm putting it into consideration because I mean, with the fuel hike and all that, I'm thinking of actually getting a bicycle for myself and riding to the office. Yeah.
You know, at this age, if the bone breaks, it cannot grow again. So please.
Oh, okay. Is that it?
Please.
Oh, don't worry.
It's too beautiful for me to have someone limping.
I am so fit. That's the idea of having aerobic session. So I'm very fit. My body is. So don't mind the old physique and all that.
I've heard you. All right. Let's get to talk to our guest, and it's a pleasure to have a printer. And I don't know, just like we will say Dr. So maybe we'll say printer Ariola Adeleke.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, great. A printer. Wow, that's a nice one. And I would like to say good morning and thank you for joining us here.
Good morning, the anchor of the program, and good morning to our beautiful viewers.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
It's a pleasure.
It should be. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's look at a printer. Ariola, first of all, let's take it back a little bit.
Okay.
Why did you decide printing? Why did you decide into that kind of venture into that kind of business?
I will call myself an accidental printer.
Okay.
Because originally I was into fashion designing. I made shirts for people. But because whatever that leave my decks, I want them to be an international standard. So I was like, how do I customize my shirt? You know all these Nike, they put monogram on them.
Yeah.
How do I customize things? Because I want English. I was specialized in English made. So I went to learn about monogramming. So when I got there, I realized there is a big market in printing industry. That was the reason why I sticked around. And because I love creativity, I love trying new things. I love, I want a job whereby I'll be able to explore my brain. I don't want something that will put me in a confine.
Fixed.
In a confine. And I realized that printing is
vast.
Is a very vast. We have brand, we have branding, we have packaging, we have people that do signages. So printing is a very broad profession. That was the reason why I decided to stick around.
Now, how long have you been into printing?
I would say 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
But before then, did you peradventure try anything with the fashion designing thing, or that didn't really last too long?
The fashion designing thing lasted 1 year. I would say I still do it because I do garment branding. When it comes to sportswear, uniform, I do garments branding. Okay. I'm not entirely out of fashion, but what I'm doing is an affiliated kind of thing. Okay. I brought fashion into printing. I'm doing general printing. I print a whole lot of things, but I just bring garments branding into it. Okay.
Sorry, Ajib, I know you.
So what are these things that she prints though? What are these things all put together? List them.
When we talk about general branding, general printing, I print paper, annual reports, magazine, I do jotters, anything that has to do with paper, I do that. Branding, I brand a lot of functional items. I brand cups, I brand plates, I brand power bank, just name it. What I do. I brand it. And I do packaging, so I do boxes, paper bags, and all that.
Oh, that's vast.
Can you brand Ajibike?
Fair enough. Please answer. It threw you a question.
That one is a personal branding thing. You have to see people that are into the social branding and all that. But when it comes to your clothes, your accessories, you want to do a party, you need some souvenir, I'm your go-to guy.
Now let's look at because I keep wondering how we could lay our hands on some of the videos, but it's not too late. Subsequently, we can still have Irene still join us here. What are the types of machines that are associated to printing?
First of all, you need to have a knowledge of graphic designing. Okay. It is not necessarily machine, because we have freelancers. We have people that are freelancing, that are printers too, but what they do is freelancing. Okay. But for you to start, you have to have a knowledge on graphic design before you can now start to get some equipment. Some of the equipment, we have lithography when it comes to printing, we have radiography, we have offset printing. So all these areas of printing have some machines. Okay. Like if you want to do garment branding, you need a presser, you need a plotter. If you want to do all this general branding, you need some presser that has to do with the product, maybe bottle presser and all that. And we have digital printing machines. They are like the UV printer, we have the large format printer, we have the GI, that's the direct image. Oh my goodness. It's a very broad. So machine, when it comes to printing, machines are many that you can make use of.
You made mention of,
she's been doing this for 2 years, and she almost sounds like she's been doing it all her life.
All ages.
So tell me, is it like you went to a school to learn this professionally, or can I have an idea?
No.
Okay.
But I learned from 2 individuals.
Okay, you had bosses.
I have bosses. So, and another thing is I love to make research. Like this morning, I checked some websites. Even though I didn't have that money to get some machines, I already got some. But even though I don't have some money, I will search. You know, most of these machines come from China, so I will just type UV printer, what is the price and all that. Sometimes I'll need to know the market value of the printing, stock market, how are we rising, how are we coming down.
So are we rising and falling?
And falling, what is the market like, what is the competition like, what is the new instrument in town? You know, it's something that I pour myself into, something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. For now, you know, change is constant. For now, this is what this is just like my priorities, just like my life. So it is just like the integral part of me. This is what I want to do. So that was the reason why I knew quite a lot of things about printing.
What are the challenges associated to printing?
The first challenge is, I would say, insufficient machine. In the sense that for printing industry in Nigeria to compete with the international standard,
yes,
we are trying, but for we to compete with the international standard, we need to get, we need to have better machines than we have here. But we couldn't get them because there are taxes, everyone's on the machines we import into the country. And some raw materials like paper now, you know, you just like, is it not paper? The rate at which our cards, papers and all that, that is the reason why we want the Nigerian government to like invest heavily in industrialization, invest heavily in technology, because our job is even technological inclined. So if they invest in technology, we'll be able to maybe build some, if not all, we'll be able to build some machines here, whereby we won't be importing, and the price will be quite minimal compared to the one we get from there. That's the first. That's the first. The second one is printing is highly competitive. Yes, although there is large markets, so far humans are existing, there will be always a request of printing, because printing has been existing from like 11th century. You know, it has been existing. People write on the cow skin and all that. It has been existing way before. So the more that humans are existing, people will be existing. So let me come back to the second challenge, is that it is highly competitive, because we have a whole lot of people that are into the business. So sometimes if you want to, some people, you know, everybody wants to survive. If you give a customer a quotation, and they be like, they want to beat the price, they will go for somebody that is low. They don't even mind if they are going to get quality job or not. That's another challenges that has to do with it. And the third challenge is electricity too. But Oshogbo is still failing now when it comes to electricity.
Let's look at you as a female in this industry. And I know during my introduction I said it looked like this actually it's a man's job, it's a man's world, but it seems as if you guys are chasing us a great deal now.
Honestly,
being a female, being a lady in this kind of business, what does it look like for you? How challenging is it for you?
I'll call it a roller coaster, a bittersweet experience. I'll call it a bittersweet experience because, you know, human being, don't let me go to that part. But I'll call it a bittersweet experience because for a woman to take a man's job, number one, you can't compare your bone, this thing, your bone capacity to that of man. Woman resources is quite very important. Some people will not want to work under a lady.
Really, you get to experience that?
Yes, they won't want to work under a lady. And number two, when it comes to client prospects, some clients, they are majorly men. Some of them will not want to give you a job, not because they doubt your capability. Of course, they've seen your job before they approach you. Some want to date, you know, all those.
There's a whole lot that comes with it.
Another thing when it comes to a woman is like printing has taught me to be emotionally strong and firm. because
I can see that.
Really?
there are days that
It's all over her.
There are days that we run into debt because of mistakes. Because mistakes are something that
That is prone to happen.
that are prone to happen. So I will just, as a woman, I will just question myself. What if I'm a guy? Will I not be crying in front of a client? I'll talk to them like a man. So I'll just wear that hat because I wear so many hats every day. So I'll just wear the hat of a professional, a man, like a male counterpart will deal with them, then I will just wear it, and that's all.
Marie, let's look at what printing looks like here in our dear state, Oshogbo, compared to probably a state like Lagos or Port Harcourt, Abuja. How well has it been here in our dear state?
First off, our market is, in Lagos, there are different, Lagos, Abuja, the three states you made mention, they are highly industrialized states. And we have businesses that are needed printing products every day. Some business in Lagos, maybe let's say food, they will request packaging for food, paper, food packaging. There are industry that make biscuits, they will need branded nylon breads and all that. So in Osun State, let me bring you back home. In Osun State, our major market is politician. So major markets that is highly profitable, because they deal with numbers. So if a politician order for 1,000, let me say 1,000 book, t-shirt or cap, the kind of profits you get. If compared to when a business in Lagos will request for 1,000 copies of maybe disposable packaging stuff, branded packaging stuff for our business. That one is constant. But a politician in Osun State, it's like once in 6 months, once in a while. So businesses in Osun, there is a big market for printing and branding in Osun, but it is not as the request is not as heavy as that of Lagos. But now there are changes. People are beginning to move to Osogbo. People are beginning to move to Osun State. So the rate at which the other are coming in have been increasing, and we hope it continues like that. So another thing is that the entrepreneurs that we are catering for in Osogbo, in Osun State, let me not restrict it to Osogbo. In Osun State, they prefer going to Lagos because they believe in Lagos. Number one, they have heavy duty machines that they believe if they go to Lagos, they are going to cut some courses. So they'll prefer going to Lagos to get some things done than here. So, but now we are able to convince few of them, and we hope things get better.
Looking at you before we will call it later, will you say you're fulfilled with what you're doing?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Wow, that's.
I'm as fulfilled as being a lawyer as I'd always wanted to be. I'm fulfilled. I'm fulfilled.
So the printing job is enough for you?
It's enough for me. Enough for me.
That's a good one, honestly, because these days, when you look at some ladies, if it's not, if you're not selling hairdo, what do you guys call this? Your hair.
Yes, now like
human hair.
The human hair. Okay.
If it's not the human,
fashion,
if it's not
makeup.
Makeovers and what have you.
Yeah.
But now look at this is a strong business, but the fact remains that what Ari, let's look at what you feel this business can achieve on the long run.
For me, or generally, or for the
you in general, for you in general, you first. And definitely in general, because if we have to look at what the economy of the country looks like today, it's not too rosy, it's going to stabilize. We believe in that, it will. But right now, what does it look like for you? At times, you could sit back and say, am I in the right profession?
Yes, it happened. Like I already said, like that I make a lot of research. The last time I checked, I realized that in 2022, the printing press and publishing aspect, not branding and packaging, the market was $3 billion. That's the market value as at last year. As at
last year, $3 billion.
Yes, you know, it's election period and
My
all
goodness.
that. We should. So, what it's like for me is that because I believe so far humans are existing. Because sometimes business will come down, you won't see much other and all that. So far, humans are existing and there's accurate use of social media. I will always get my own customers. And number two is that I have this belief that whatever that is going to leave my desk is going to be an international standard. So that has been, you know, I've already set a target for myself. Like this is where I would like that. Like, although it might not be international standard for now, but the fact that I said whatever that is coming to my desk, I think printing has given me that leverage to pursue something that will shoot out, that will represent international standard. So that's like the core reason why I'm still here. Number two is like money. Printing money is sweet though.
Really?
Good to know.
Printing money is sweet. Though it may not come constant, but I know I will get there.
God willing.
I will get there. So it might not be a constant thing, but I know as a matter of fact that I will get there.
Before we allow you go on this, because I'm actually thinking of going into printing after this show.
Like the money, they said printing money is sweet.
Yeah,
that one got me.
Finally, for you, printing, is it lucrative?
Yes, it's a highly lucrative.
Highly.
Man, for you to have said that, we want to wish you, Irene, the very best. We wish you the very, because this is.
Thank you.
When we talked about it, when I said printer, I was like, really, printing? Does it have any value? But
she just
has value. Printing, branding, packaging.
They're going to brand. Don't worry.
It has value because looking around this place, you could printing, branding, printing. So far humans are existing, businesses are existing, government is existing. Like printing has to do with every facet of human, every aspect of human, every aspect of human life. You do wedding, you do burial, you have to do souvenir.
Birthdays.
You do birthdays, you brand for your company, you brand for your birthdays. So printing it has come to stay, it's not going.
Yeah, right. It can only evolve over time.
Yes, that's the point.
It has come to stay. And we'd like to thank Printer Ariola Adeleke for this opportunity. We wish you the best in your business. And obviously, I know we'll get to do quite a whole lot when it comes to printing and great things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being there. It's just a moment to ponder and say, look, do what you feel you can. Don't lay back and just think, hey, I can't make it. You can. If you are alive, definitely you can surely get to
it. Just like our Springfast said, tiptoe if you must, but you just got to take a step.
Take a step. It calls for that. And very shortly, we'll be back. Our next guest will be seated with us. And fortunately, just as we rightly stated earlier, another lady will be in the house with us very shortly into another kind of business. That's why I keep saying, hey, don't laze around. Do the needful. Stay with us. It's still Spring Delight coming to you live from Western Spring Television.
The Berlin Conference of 1884 defined the configuration of Africa, which hitherto existed as a continent of multiple kingdoms and empires under native rulers. The conference, otherwise referred to as Congo Conference, regulated European colonization and trade in Africa as initiated by German leader Otto von Bismarck. The Berlin Conference is often called the scramble for and partitioning of Africa, as each of the imperial powers carved separate portions of the continent for themselves without recourse to racial and cultural identities and differences. 137 years after the Berlin Conference was held, Africa remains a legitimized playground for European nations that sought to exploit its wealth and resources and manipulate its human capital to promote trade and investments of Western powers. Western Spring Television identifies Berlin Conference as a major event in history. James Ajibolaige was a lawyer who obtained his first degree in classics from Nigeria's premier university of Ibadan. Born September 13, 1930, the orator and the polyglot spoke impeccable English, French, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba languages. His fine diction placed him among classical orators and public speakers like Cicero, the Roman orator. This attribute earned him the prefix Cicero of Esauke. He authored Kaduna Boy, an autobiography, Detainee's Diary, Constitution, and the People, among 6 other books. Bolaige was a colorful politician, elected governor of Oyo State in 1979 and appointed a federal minister in 1999. He was a pioneer founder of Afenifere, the Yoruba social, cultural, and political group. He invested his political sagacity to propel the group to the height of political leadership and decision-making in the southwest of Nigeria. Bolaige was assassinated on the 23rd December 2001. His murderers are yet to be apprehended till today. Western Spring Television identifies Bolaige as a watershed character in history. The British Empire was the largest and the most powerful in the world. At its zenith, the empire embraced a quarter of the Earth's land surface and imposed her imperial majesty's rule on more than 458 million peoples across nations and continents. The empire took off with overseas possessions and trading posts established by England, spread over 3 million kilometers between 16th and early 18th century. Like previous empires, the British Empire began to crumble on its weight of overstretched territories and growing unrest in our various colonies. Today, the British Empire no longer exists. What is in place is the Commonwealth of Nations, a loose association of sovereign states which recognize the King of England as the titular head. Western Spring Television identifies the British Empire as a watershed empire in history.
Okay, that was a beautiful one from Printer Irene Ola. She was so vibrant, entertaining. I had a good time listening to her. Okay, now, so we're going to be giving you a spring gist of stuff that happened in the course of the week. I've got this one where Kano had to sponsor a mass wedding for 800 couples with 800 million naira. Okay, let me read this to your ears. It says Kano Ishba Sharia police on Wednesday confirmed that it has procured a set of furniture, food items, as well as clothing materials for 1,800 couples, intended couples under its mass wedding scheme. The Kano State Ishba Board Commander General Sheikh Aminu Daurawa, who made a disclosure while inspecting procured items for the mass wedding, said The state government has earmarked the sum of 800 million for the procurement of furniture, clothing materials, food items, including bride price, among others. He explained that each bride would receive a set of bed and bedding, including 20,000 naira to kickstart a business. Also, Aminu disclosed that philanthropists and wealthy individuals have pledged to contribute towards the success of the planned mass wedding. Okay, so Aminu noted that not less than 1,800 couples are expected to benefit from the kind gesture, which he believes will address societal vices and property bed evil in the society. He explained the many marriages were often deferred due to the inability of parents to underwrite the expenses of the wedding. However, he promised to communicate to the stakeholders the date and venue of the mass wedding as soon as arrangements were concluded. Just as he called the philanthropists to assist towards achieving the desired objectives, also the Commander General explained that criteria has been instituted for the selection of beneficiaries, cautioning that anyone found guilty of divorcing his wife, after the mass wedding, would be compelled to pay for the free item he received from the state government. That is fair enough. To ensure the each free mass wedding, he appealed to wealthy individuals to support the state government by assisting the less privileged in the society towards tying the nuptial knots for peaceful coexistence. That's a very beautiful one. So we are going to be taking some of the comments that we got on this. Let's take some of the comments that the social media reactions. This one said the government had set a budget of over 800 million for the purchase of clothing materials, food items, furniture, and other necessities for the wedding. Yes, exactly. That has been gotten already and prepping for their mass wedding, no doubt. This one says, this is from Meme says don't go and work. But then they got a free wedding. What the heck, right? Let them enjoy it while it lasts. I like the part where they said if you divorce your wife afterwards, you're going to have to refund every free item that has been given to you. That came out just right. Let's get other social media reactions. This one is from Abdullahi Sudawa. I can't read the name of who is up there. This one, this is Awusa. I can't do bed for more. I still need more reactions. Why do we sit and get insulted this way all the time? Who is insulting who? I do not get that. But then that is it about that. Do we still have more reactions? So this is there's so many Hausa going here that I do not understand. But then it is, what is it? This one says, it said the government had set a budget of over 800 million. We read this before. Each bride will receive a set of bed, mattress, and pillows, as well as 20,000 to start up a business. Fair enough. This one says, Abubakar said, Abubakar Ibrahim said, he added that criteria had been set for the selection of beneficiaries, adding that those who divorce their spouses, flimsy excuses after the marriage would be made to pay back by the government, which is fair enough. So yeah, that is it about that. A free wedding. I wish we could have that in the spots, where we just have mass wedding here in Oshogbo, our Osho State, where we have thousands of people that are doing free mass wedding. We choke. But then, let's go to the story about Davido in the course of the week, where he went for the hardest PFA Awards 2023, which was which was a banger. So let's let me read up the story here. This says Davido makes history as first African artist to perform at PFA Awards. On Tuesday night, Davido became the first African artist to perform at the Professional Footballers Association Awards in England. The unavailable Krona performance came as an interlude before the biggest awards of the night were announced at the Laureate Theatre in Manchester. He took to his Twitter handle on Wednesday to relish his historic performance. He wrote, "Thank you at PFA for the opportunity to not only attend such a prestigious event, but also perform. Music and sport have always gone great together, and we proved that again last night. Next stop, Dubai at Coca-Cola Arena." Recorder Davido performed at the FIFA World Cup closing ceremony in Qatar last year, of course. He wrote, "Thank you at PFA for the opportunity and not only attend such a prestigious event, but also perform." Okay, we got this already, and indeed it was a night to remember. So let's, I mean, you can see pictures of fans having a good time with our very own Davido. So yeah, that was it about that. Okay, so now let's take reactions from our from Timilaine. Daniel says, "Let's go, champ. Thanks for making Nigeria and Afrobeat proud. No doubt, Davido and the likes of them, they are indeed making us proud." Okay, Kerry says, "Nigeria to the world," as in we've been to the world, Tete. Like when it comes to our music, we are not carrying last. There is no doubt about that. Okay, this one says, this is Slim Kizzy, king of Afrobeat is coming. Okay then, Sonepa, I like it when African performance stage occasions like this one. Okay then, Big Smart says it's an Afrobeat king. Okay, Franknet says it's big mood. Indeed it is. Frame says unavailable, going global. Are they just going global? They've been going global. It's been a roller coaster in a positive way. Okay, Martin Mario says superstar like Davido, no doubt about that. Okay, Skill said he had a great time watching yesterday. What's not to not enjoy, right? Okay, Gentle says he's a grateful man. Yeah, I mean, the way we are evolving, we just should be grateful. Okay, Owoloyi says, "Yes, Davido, you smashed it. 001, your performance was lit as always. First African artist to perform at the PFA Award. Congratulations to us. It's indeed a good one and a win-win for us every time. When it comes to our music, we've really evolved over time, and it just keeps getting better. So yeah, that's it about Spring Gist for this week, and you know, I hope you had a good time listening to that. Okay, so we are going to be going on another break, and when we get back, we'll be back.
Dramatist, playwright, and icon of Yoruba thematic arts, Duro Ladipo was born December 18, 1931 in Osogbo, southwest Nigeria. His clergyman father christened him Timothy. His other names, Duro Dola, Duro Shomo, Duro Rike, reflected his persona and the circumstances that surrounded his birth. The legendary stage actor had in several public fora identified himself as one of the greatest abikus born to die in this world. Family records reveal how he was born and died 13 times. The intertwining names he bore thus lent credence to his spiritism. Duro Ladipo was one of the best known and world-acclaimed Yoruba dramatists to emerge from post-colonial Africa. His notable works, Obakoso, Obawaja, and Moremi, took him beyond Africa to several parts of the world. By the time Duro Ladipo died on 11 March 1978, the Nigeria's first cultural ambassador had acquired a towering image as an artist whose works adorned the frontage of Trenchard Hall, University of Ibadan. Western Spring Television identifies Duro Ladipo as a major character in history. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was an educationist and advocate of women's rights. She was recognized for her vitriolic comments against colonial policy of taxation as it affected the Nigerian women. Bere, as fondly addressed by her women followers, Fumilayo championed the initiation of universal adult suffrage, which gave an unprecedented leeway for women to contest elective offices and power to exercise voting rights. Married to a foremost educationist and teacher, Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, the first president of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was the mother of children who inherited her spirit of activism. Olufela and Be Ololari, the former, a renowned musical legend. She was the first female student of Abeokuta Grammar School and the first female to own and drive a car in Nigeria. The award recipient of Member of Order of Nigeria MON and Lenin Peace Prize, was born on 25th October 1900 and was killed on 13th April 1978 by rampaging road soldiers in Lagos. Western Spring Television identifies Fumilayo Ransom Kuti as a watershed character in history. Hilas Olayinka Herbert Macaulay, politician, nationalist, and journalist, was the first Nigerian to qualify as a civil engineer, surveyor, and architect. Born on November 14, 1864, Herbert Macaulay was the founder of Nigeria's National Democratic Party, the first political party in pre-independent Nigeria. Scholars of Nigeria's political history describe Herbert Macaulay as the intellectual bulldog of 19th century Nigerian nationalist movement, in deference to his qualities as founder and leader of two foremost political parties, Nigeria National Democratic Party (NNDP) and National Council of Nigerian Citizens (NCNC). His matchless versatility in party organization and control kept the British colonialists on their toes in the entire span of his active life. After his death on 7th May 1946, Herbert Macaulay remains a hero of his country, which recognized his anti-colonial struggles. Today, Nigeria's 10 naira coin bears his oval face and trademark moustache. Western Spring Television identifies Herbert Macaulay as a major character in history. Kiriji War, also known as Ekiti Parappa War, was waged among Yoruba main ethnic groups which emerged from the ruins of the falling Oyo Empire that were desperate to replace the awesome powers hitherto wielded by the Alaafin of Oyo. The Kiriji War is defined as a conflict of confederacy and unitary political system championed by Yorubas of different socio-economic and political interests. The Ibadan military aristocrats felt they deserved a dominant position for saving Yoruba land from being totally submerged by the Fulanis by their victory in Oshobo War of 1840 and Ijaye War of 1862. Kiriji War, that took its name from the booming motor sounds of European arms, festered for so long because the Industrial Revolution in Europe provoked high standards of slaves. The 16-year Civil War also caused the emergence of new powerful kingdoms like Ibadan and the rise of powerful personalities like Oluyole, Ogumola, Kuromi, Latosha, Shodeke, Fabumi, and Ogedengbe. One of the fallouts of Kiriji War was the birth of creative political and leadership structure in Yoruba land that was a blend of federalism and the autocratic monarchical system. Western Spring Television identifies Kiriji War as a watershed event. The Korean War of 1950 to 1953 pitched North and South Korea against each other in response to intrigues by nations beyond their border with different interests from those canvassed by the two brother nations. The Korean War had all the nuances of an external conflict induced by powers that were interested in subjugating North and South Korea. Japan had leveraged on its military power to annex Korea in 1900 and imposed a military union that did not sit well with the citizens. Japan not only lost its war of conquest against Korea, all its powers were obliterated by the effect of the World War II. The end of World War II got Korea divided into two nations along 38th parallel lines by the instrumentality of the United States of America and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. The Korean War lapsed into a Cold War when it stopped the prying eyes of external forces into the internal affairs of a nation now divided along its north and southern territories. Western Spring Television identifies the Korean War as a major event in history.
And here we go, as we will say, thank you most sincerely for being a part of our lives this morning. And we'd like to let you know that there's quite a whole lot of other programs still coming your way right here on Western Spring Television. We will be back again next week, Saturday, and it promises to be super duper exciting as always.
Oh yeah. You know, in the course of the week, we had this, we had to go into the streets. There was this matter that I wanted our people to help us dabble into. Okay. So now I'm going to throw it to you before we get offset. I mean, by the time your daughter comes of age,
yes,
now she wants to get married.
Yes. And
the husband she brings home is older than you are. Are you going to have a problem with that?
Older than who?
He's gonna be now the husband she brings home is the fiance rather is older than you are. Are you gonna have a problem with that?
The problem has even started right now. Because thank you for putting that in my head. And what?
Okay.
You won't kill my daughter.
Okay.
Well, you ain't gonna try it though.
Oh, so you're not. You can't have that.
What was the reaction of people?
It is the look on your face. It is the reaction on your face for me. Like, hell no, it's not going to work.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so but we went out to the street and we had to hear people's opinion about that, and I bet you can't wait to hear for yourself. And today you're going to be, I don't know if you're going to be disappointed or not, but then we got their reactions. And that's how we'll wrap it up on the show this morning. We'll be back next week Saturday, and thank you for being a part of us. TUNDE IDOWU is my name, at Irresistible TV on X. Yes, my name is Ajibike Aljari-Ojo. Follow me on all social media platforms. Just go there and type simply_Ajibs, and I'm going to follow you right back. See you for next week. Bye for now. Bye.
I'm not going to have any problem with it for as long as it brings her joy. Yeah. If she's happy with the person, then
it doesn't matter if the man is older.
Even if he's older than me, yeah, for real. For as long as it's not that she's been enticed by something, maybe the person is so rich and that's why she's going for the person.
Okay.
For as long as it's not some other things that are involved.
Okay.
If it is genuine love, then I'm cool.
Good to go.
Very okay.
It's not going to be a problem as long as they love each other and they do understand each other. Maybe that's the way he likes it. No problem. No big deal.
Okay. So how do you address this in-law though?
Okay, I'm going to address her as a mother to me, but it's going to be as a mother to my son. But it doesn't mean anything. As long as there's love there and they understand each other, no problem.
I will be feeling good. That is not the problem. What I really understand is if he can really take care of her, that's all about.
That's all that matters to you.
Yep.
It does not matter if he's older than you or not.
At all.
You're going to give them your blessing.
Exactly.
Even if he's older than you.
Yes.
So what are you going to be calling him? What are you going to be addressing him as your in-law and he's older than you?
As normal as in-law, I know that he will also give me the full respect that I deserve as an in-law as well.
I have it. Definitely, I will have a problem with it.
Tell us, ma.
Because how can my daughter, a young lady, get married to somebody older than the parents? No, it's wrong. That's, to my own opinion, is what we call sugar daddy, and it can't be fine. There's no how you want to advise that kind of husband, because you should be able to advise your husband, your daughter, and the husband now, and somebody that is older than yourself will be telling, or even the mother is younger than me. What does she have to tell me?
Absolutely not, because my philosophy is happiness. If she's happy with him, why not? So age is number. She might marry with people, somebody with her age bracket, and she's not happy. So as long as she's happy, I'm good.
But I now see you.
Thank you, Lord.
God
Thank you,
grace.
Lord. Thank you,
Father, please forgive me.
It's okay, Mama Tunde.
Forgive
God
my
is
messy
ready
life.
to forgive. He's ready to forgive you.
Forgive my messy life, Lord Jesus. Don't look
Thank
at
you,
those
Lord.
terrible things I've done.
Thank you, Lord.
Have mercy on me.
Thank you, Lord.
Heal my son. Deliver my
It's
son.
okay, Mama.
But this
God
time,
is saying we will do everything.
This time, I will serve him.
Oh, very good.
For the rest of my life, I will serve you,
Very
Jesus.
good, very good.
I will serve you.
Since you are sincere about this
Hey,
now,
can he save me?
He will.
Can he
He
still
can,
have
and
mercy?
he will. He's
With
ready.
all my terrible life.
Hey, Mama, it's okay. Mama,
Can he
Tunde,
forgive
he
me?
Can, and he will. He's ready to do that.
Can God see? Can God